Renovo friends and family. This is Kelly Calabrese, and today I am here with the incredible Josh Andrews out in Arkansas. Josh, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me again.
Yeah, so we actually got to meet in person, which was awesome, at the Ruby Buckle back in November last year, and you had a great day that day, and just really gave us a great interview about what was going on with Renovo. So since then, just give us some updates on what's going on in your world. What's going on with your writing or professionally?
Yeah, so COVID really was kind of a blessing for my business and my industry. I sold one of my businesses and have been able to just kind of concentrate and be home and sell some horses and ride and buy some new ones and use Renovo. That is seems to be a common practice around here, at least every 6 months. I'm going to the vet, and my first thing I say is I need some Renovo. So yeah, business as usual. Nothing's really changed other than being home a little bit more.
Okay, I think I remember seeing a post, something about going out in a storm to get Renovo.
Yeah, I would do anything for Renovo, honestly. You know, a lot of people would do anything for Chick-fil-A. I would do anything for Renovo. I drove through the snow for Renovo. I have about gotten a wreck through a horrible storm to get Renovo. So yeah, I would walk to the vet to get Renovo if I had to.
Oh my goodness. Well, that means a lot. Be
Yeah.
safe. Well, tell us what it is that you love so much about Renovo.
So for me, obviously we've listened and we've seen interviews and everything about people who have used Renovo personally, and I have with great success. Deep digitals, just real mild tears, meniscus, stifle and meniscus. I think that's something that a lot of people need to really perk their ears up about and their eyes is if you have a horse with any kind of meniscus issues in a stifle, do Renovo. Give those horses 60 days off in the stall, and I think that will heal it. But Renovo, for me, and I think everyone in this industry, we're just so blessed to have it because it is now helping and healing horses that before would have been euthanized or they would have just been turned out the pasture. But now that we have Renovo, horses are getting a chance at life, and so thankful for Renovo and the whole team of Renovo.
Wow, well, that is so exciting, and that means a lot from you. We know you have a strong rehabilitation background, so you've seen a lot of things out there in the field. What would you say to someone who has not yet tried Renovo? Maybe it's been around several years, but they just haven't tried it yet. What would you say to them?
Oh, I would tell those people to educate yourself. The number one thing is you would not go to a doctor who did not see several patients a day, for example. So why would you take your equine athlete to a cow vet or a dog vet? Go to a vet that practices performance horse medicine, because this product is something that can put your performance horse back on the map. So go to a vet that is familiar with Renovo. If your vet has not used Renovo yet, I strongly suggest that they reach out to the team at Renovo, because this product is saving horses' lives. I don't watch a lot on social media, but I do keep up with Renovo and a lot of the success stories. There's a really cool one. I think it's a Gypsy Vanner. I think it's a Gypsy. Anyways, so I keep up with the Renovo stories. Renovo is, I think it's changed our equine industry. Honestly, we see a lot of joint issues. A lot of times when people buy horses from me, they do a vet check, which is great, and they only X-ray. They never ultrasound. Well, when you think about it, bones can heal. You know, when a horse's soft tissue goes, before it was done, like there was no hope. You could do some of the older drugs, PRP and all that, but I would say there was a 50% chance that even worked. But now with Renovo, your soft tissue is not a big deal, to where I would say 4 or 5 years ago, a lot of those horses turned into brood mares, or they had to be put down because of soft tissue injuries. So yeah, Renovo is changing the game. And if your vet doesn't know about it, please, 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 for the sake of the animal, have them learn about Renovo.
Wow, that really is exciting. Gives a lot of hope to horse owners. Have you been watching any of the Olympics are going on right now at the time we're recording? Any of the equestrian events?
I lost you there. Yes, actually, I love, love, love the Olympics. My neighbor, she lives like not even a quarter of a mile from here. Kaylee Browning, she is one of the shooters, and her practice range is right next to me. Like the wood line separates us. So yeah, strong roots and interested in the Olympics this year because of Arkansas going. So yeah, the Olympics is great. And I do have seen a lot of the equestrians have used Renovo, and they know best. I mean, they're flying their horses around the world to compete. So yeah, I see that a lot of people are finally getting on the train of success, and that is with Renovo.
That is exciting. So if you don't have a performance horse, but maybe you've got the horses in the backyard, and would you still consider using this on the sort of the family farm, or is it just for performance?
Yeah, so the first actual thing that I even heard about Renovo at a rehab I used to have, there was the guy there with Ginger telling about Renovo, and I think the first deal they did was on a cut. I think the horse, like maybe it's a colt, it cut its stomach, and they were using it with Renovo around the cut, and it actually healed like in a matter of days and weeks, where it probably wouldn't have had much of a quality life before that. And if I remember correct, I think that was a foal. Maybe Ginger was telling me about that. So that was when I heard about Renovo, and then we started using it. So yeah, Renovo can help any type of horse. And the reality is a lot of these horses that are in people's backyards, whether they're trail horses or competition horses, is they're in the backyard because of an injury. And most injuries that take horses out are soft tissue. And the reason they're in the backyard is because they haven't heard about Renovo. I do feel that Renovo saves horses' lives, honestly, and gives them a better quality of life. And even if they're not able to come back to compete, I have seen horses that actually have a quality of life to move around and be sound in the pasture if they're an older retired horse because of people using Renovo. So yeah, it doesn't matter what stage of life your horse is in or what stage of life you're in competitively. Renovo is the only thing that Josh Andrews believes will cure or help any soft tissue injuries at all.
Wow. Well, that is just fabulous. We couldn't ask for any better than that. We appreciate you being one of our biggest fans and your support and sharing the good news about Renovo. And we're excited to see what's to come in the future as more vets and equestrians and trainers and breeders learn about Renovo.
For sure. And even for those trail riders, I don't know how many trail people have looked at Renovo, but you think about what we do, turning a barrel or roping a steer, going over a jump. I think that the trail horses could honestly benefit a lot from Renovo with injuries, because it's trail season. It's summertime. People are going to Wyoming and Utah to trail ride, and there's mountains and such. And that has to be harder on a horse than going around an arena or through a jump course. So yeah, trail riders, be sure to look for Renovo if you have any issues on the trail.
Yeah, so many great points. Josh, thank you so much. We appreciate you taking your time, and we look forward to keeping up with what's going on in your world.
Yeah, thank you again. You have a great day.
Thank you.